Hello YouTubers, this is Obsessive95 here, coming your way with my DVD review of the 1975 Doctor Who story, The Sontaran Experiment, starring Tom Baker as the Fourth Doctor. Now, this story was the second Sontaran story for Doctor Who, following the Time Warrior, which debuted in 1973, so just over a year before this story came out. There's not an awful lot to say about this DVD, and there's not a lot to say about this story, really. It's a two-parter, which aired really in the middle of the 12th season of Doctor Who, which was Tom Baker's first year as the Fourth Doctor. It's nice to see the Sontarans again in this story, although it's not the best Sontaran story. I think this was just a filler story, but I'll go into that towards the end of this video. But for now, let's take a look at the box art. We have the older BBC DVD logo, so that means this DVD was released a few years ago. We have, on the actual cover, we have the Sontaran, which features in the story, who is known as Steyr. He was played by the same actor who played Lynx, Kevin Lindsay. We have Ian Marter as Harry Sullivan, and we have, of course, Elisabeth Sladen as Sarah Jane Smith. We have what is basically like the edge of a cliff, because there's a lot of hilltops in this story, and there's a lot of like on location settings. In fact, the whole story is set outside. There's no part of the story which takes place in studio, so it's just all outside. And I believe I think it's the only story in the classic series that's all features outside. Don't quote me on it. It might be, it might be not. I can't remember the exact details, but it's one of the very few, definitely. And we have the Sontaran spaceship as well, which is basically the same prop that was used in the Time Warrior. We take a look at the side. That's what it looks like. So plain and simple. And this story was written by Bob Baker and Dave Martin. So let's go through the plot details now. So, transmitting down from Nerva Beacon, the Doctor, Sarah and Harry find themselves on Earth in the far future, long since abandoned by the human race. But it soon becomes clear that they are not alone. A shipwrecked crew of Galsec colonists are being hunted down by one. What is the creature what lives in the rocks, and what is the purpose of the lethal tests it is conducting? Can the Doctor ensure the safety of the Earth for the future generations of mankind? So, of course, the creature is the Sontaran as well. There's not a lot of special features, as you may gather, because it's usually like that big. But I'll go through them. We've got the commentary, which is by Elisabeth Sladen, Philip Hinchcliffe, who was the producer, Bob Baker, who was the writer, and then we have special features such as Built for War, the genesis and development of the Sontaran race throughout the history of the series, as told by some of the actors and production team involved. This specially produced documentary includes a contributions even, from Terence Dix, Elisabeth Sladen, Anthony Reid, Colin Baker, Nicola Bryant, Bob Baker, Eric Saywood, and Stuart Fell. And I think that special feature is definitely the best special feature on this DVD. As it just goes through the history of all the Sontarans all the way through the classic series. It doesn't include anything to do with the Sontarans regarding the new series. So for you new series fans watching, and you didn't know about this, then I'm sorry to break that news to you if you are expecting some clips from the Sontaran Stratagem and Poisonous Sky and like the newer ones with Strax. So it just goes through the classic series. As this DVD was released before the Sontarans returned to Doctor Who, it did come out in 2006. Sorry to disappoint with that, and that's really all the special features. The other ones are just photo galleries and all the other stuff that you usually expect in the DVDs nowadays, which is a shame. There's not a lot of special features, and this episode this story. I shouldn't say episode really. It's a story. It's only 2 parts long, which is a bit of a shame for this DVD. I think this DVD would have been it. How do I explain this? I think it would have been more appealing if there was more special features to make up for the lack of episodes, because it was only 2 episodes long. But I'll give them the credit. I think that documentary was very nice. The cover is by Lee Binding. So it was broadcast on 22nd of Feb and 1st of March 1975, so it's just over 2 weeks there. And it was produced by Philip Hinchcliffe and directed by Rodney Bennett. And the runtime is not that long, it's only 49 minutes. So it's just roughly the length of what an episode of the new series would be like nowadays. And that is all the info, and there is the disc. But I must say, I'll give them the credit. The cover of this story is very nice. Overall, if you're a Sontaran fan, if you've not got this, then definitely purchase this. It's worth it. Well, I say it's worth it. It depends how you look at it. I don't think it's worth it in terms of the special edition, the special features rather, and the short amount of runtime it has. On the other hand, Steyer is just awesome. He's a really great villain in Doctor Who. One of the most popular Sontarans, probably the second best Sontaran in my opinion, with the first being Lynx. Otherwise, I might pass on this for starters, because of the lack of special features and the length of the story. All it is really is just a filler story. That's how I thought. That's what I thought when I first watched it. I just thought it was a bit rushed. But it's still good. It's not like it's terrible or anything. Can't fault a lot of things really. I just thought it was a bit too short. I thought it would have been a lot better being 4 parts long, like most of the other stories in that season, except for the Genesis of the Daleks, which was 6 parts long, as we all know. But if I had to choose between this story and the Time Warrior, then I would choose the Time Warrior. But like I said, if you're a fan of Sontarans, then definitely get this, because Steyr is just awesome. But I voiced my opinion. Not the best Sontaran story, but definitely it's definitely got the second best Sontaran. So overall, I hope you found my views insightful in this video. If you want to pick this up, then go ahead. It's one of those DVDs where you just feel, oh, I might pick it up, but then you go into the shop or you go on Amazon, however you buy it, next time, and then you just think, oh, I'll wait till the next time. And it's one of those stories where you want to get it, but then you think, I might wait for a bit. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, YouTubers, cheerio.